Welcome to Handy at the Shandy, a Las Vegas podcast. I'm Adam the Fraud, joined by Boring Jack and Table James Games. This is part 2 of episode 28, and I'm a little bit peeved, some would say apoplectic right now, because in part 1, we got a Chekhov's gun that was never resolved. It's that whole writing trope that you can't succumb to. James did the whole, hey, this guy gave me the blah, blah, blah hand motion, said, don't worry, I'll bring this up later, and then never brought it up later in part 1. So can you explain to us what is now so important that we need to start part 2 with this?
Well, I actually think this is going to be a really good example of how we used it. And what happened is multiple times throughout the rest of the trip, anytime one of us would tell a story that wasn't really interesting, like it's only interesting and funny to the person telling it, like you'll go on a rant of like, this is funny, remember this is great. And the other two are just looking at you like, why are you wasting my time? We would just do this to the other person with our hand of being like,
open
blah,
and close
blah,
your
blah,
hand,
blah,
blah, blah, and get the attention of the other guy and be like, hey, get a load of this asshole.
So who was victimized by the blah, blah, blah hand motion the most? Who told the most boring story?
I think we each actually gave it to each other like one really good time.
There should have been another side bet going, it feels like. Well, thank you for that. In part 2, we're going to do listener feedback and some questions as well. And I'll kick it off. Matt from OKC wrote in and said, what's the most random thing you have Vegas related in your house? And he says, we added these buckets to rotation of acceptable popcorn bowls, of course, washed a few times. And in the picture, it's two look like coin buckets from the D, and they're filled with popcorn. So they are getting actual use out of them. I think that's great. Do you guys have any Vegas themed stuff?
I think it's remarkable. The listeners can't see this picture, but the stovetop and the backsplash in Matt's kitchen is very clean. I'm kind of alarmed by this. My stove is really gross, and now I feel really self-conscious.
They did a Bar Luca deep clean on this one.
I don't know. I have a bunch of like cool Vegas stuff, but it's not very random. It's, like I got the little Lego architecture Vegas skyline set that I made, and I can.
It's a little disappointing.
My desk.
The official one. Is there an official one? I thought I saw one. It looks disappointing. Like I want more moving parts, basically.
I'm sure you do. I find it to be very cool, but to each their own.
Well, compared to like the massive ones, like the Minas Tirith Lord of the Rings one, it's like
right? Sure, no, this is
huge.
Yeah. This, you get what you pay for, certainly. I've got this cool kind of like reproduction of an ad for flying TWA Airlines that's got like a big like Queen playing card on it that's like advertising flying TWA to Las Vegas that my sister got me that I think is pretty cool. But I don't have like a lot of actual from Vegas memorabilia, I guess.
I have obviously a small little chip collection of $1, $5 chips from things. We have a parlor, as what Kim calls it. And in that parlor, one of the walls has a ton of prints from like Vegas or gambling. So she went on Etsy and found a bunch of different prints. 2 of them are pretty cool in that they are like the original patent applications for like a deck of cards or like dice, like things like that.
Do you have Ernie Moody up on your wall?
I don't have Ernie Moody, but I should. I did decide to keep a little souvenir from the most recent trip, which is my first $5,000 band of, so if you want to hear how I crushed it, you can go back to hour 1. But that's probably going to get thrown away the next time I empty out my bag. But,
Jack is doing the opening hand motion now, the blah, 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 James.
You should be.
You can see that. I've got a smattering of, I've got like the chip collection and like pins and stuff like that. I think my favorite thing, though, is that I have a Bellagio chip prop from the Ocean's 11 film, obviously the updated one. So one of the chips that they had in the vault, when they're robbing Terry Benedict, I have one of those. It's not like you can pinpoint which one it is because there's, thousands of those things in the vault, but just kind of cool. It's one of my favorite movies, so it's cool to have a film prop from it. I actually don't even have it displayed. It's like in a little drawer next to me, but I gotta find a way to put that up properly.
I'll take this next one. William Trost wrote in, I was out in Vegas recently and met up with Josh from the Neon Lounge podcast for some morning video poker. What are we plugging? I guess we can plug the Neon Lounge podcast again, J-Dubs. Of course, we met at the Shandy, at which point Steven, the bartender, looks at us and says, "You guys with that handy podcast?" It is nice to know that apparently I must look like Table Games James. The glasses and the beard, it must be. Nice. It is not nice to know that. You should not want to look like me. There's a reason why we don't post these to YouTube, at least the video part of it.
Because our kitchens aren't clean enough and we'll be shamed.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
That's what it is. It's those backsplashes. He goes on to say, Ultimate X was not kind this session, but James's VP tracker helped me get dealt quad twos with the kicker later in the trip. One surprising thing Steven told us is that because of the other two levels generating cash, it's the only bar in which anything is free game for comped liquor in the MGM system. Feel free to take him up on that.
I don't know what this means.
I don't know if I believe.
What do you mean everything is free game for comp liquor? They have like a strict $25 comp limit as far as I understand. But maybe it's good to know that if you talk to different bartenders, you get different results. And what does that mean? The other two levels generating? I don't know. Steven, you can write in and let us know what they mean by this if you really do listen. So
I do like William going to work for us, though, and asking about, comps and stuff like that. I don't like that he was going under the guise of being James. And that's, identity theft is a serious issue, William.
I guess he doesn't see how he responded. Like, he probably just said, "Oh, yeah, that's me. Yeah,
I am, yeah.
Bummer."
I will say I was messaging on Discord with him while this was happening. And when he left, I said, "I hope you took some money from the chandelier bar." He's like, "No, I made a donation. I left it here for you when you're here in a couple weeks."
Oh, no.
Oh, nice.
He did.
Man. Wow, he left like 10 grand.
Next question is from Jessica Kalmar. This was Miss Calamari that made Adam hungry earlier, I think, when we read her Twitter handle a while back. But she says, "Hi, team. I hope you're still taking suggestions/thoughts on merch." Well, we've got more on that later. She says, "Well, I'm sure t-shirts are in play." We've also got more on that later. "A few different things we would love to see would be a lanyard or keychain, the type you can clip all of your casino rewards cards to." That's good thinking. "Stickers and syringes." the syringes, yeah, I mean, I don't. You don't need. It wasn't a good idea to be. Anyways,
we don't want it coming back to us when TSA starts confiscating those things.
They're going to have our. Yeah, it's going to get traced immediately back. They're just going to Google us. Yeah,
we're going to end up on their
crap
Facebook
Vegas on the syringes.
Yeah.
She also says maybe you could either sell or throw in one of those fun 4-of-a-kind trackers as a bonus. And that I think that's very likely to happen. I don't want to say that, oh yeah, if you pre-order a shirt, we're throwing in a 4-of-a-kind tracker, because thankfully most of the merch and the logistics behind it are being handled by the fabulous Mr. Tim Lawson. And so I don't want to promise anything because I'm just kind of throwing up my hands at the whole merch thing and being like, yep, you take care of it. But if James and Tim want to get together to get those 4-of-a-kind trackers slapped in some of our merch, I think that would be cool. And I think that's something we might actually do.
I do have 2 addresses sitting in my DM, my Twitter DMs, that I will be sending a couple of those 4-of-a-kind trackers to, free of charge. So at least until we figure out how to way to give it away with our merch, I still have a handful of them that I'd be more than happy to mail to people so they can reach out to me.
And Jessica does have, she says, "I have one sort of question and one actual question this time." She says, 1, James, we thought Adam and Jack's reactions at your fast playing Dragon Link were hilarious. We weren't sure if Adam was in shock that you would fast play a bonus or if he was just disappointed.
It's both. I'm extremely disappointed and shocked that just the depravity of it from someone who has a casual gambling podcast that's meant to be for entertainment to fast play a bonus I'm apoplectic.
All right. And then number 2, not so much related to video poker. I mean, we don't have to read the second question here, but
I don't know.
She says, but given your reach goes beyond video poker influencing at this point, or so my household believes, thinking of your favorite Vegas dining spots where money is no object, can you all share your ideal day of eats in Vegas for 1, brunch, 2, dinner, and 3, a late night snack? Best, Jessica.
Does Bouchon have brunch?
That's the main thing I go there for.
I'm just getting out ahead of Jack's list. Yeah. Okay, so Jack, you can go ahead and start. I started for you.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I think for brunch, it's going to be Bouchon for me. The fact that biscuit and gravy got taken off the menu is very alarming. I can't imagine me saying anything other than Bouchon. I'm sorry. That's going to be my brunch. For dinner, if money is no object, the most extravagant Vegas dinner experience I've had has also been the best Vegas dinner experience I've had, which was the A by Jose Andres inside Jaleo at Cosmo. I talked about that way back in episode 1 of this podcast. But if I was going to pick a restaurant that I hadn't been to where money was no object, I think the top 2 for me would either be Guy Savoy at Caesar's Palace, restaurant Guy Savoy, because I know the prefix there is like $620. And so I would just want to eat like the most expensive stuff Vegas has to offer. And so I would just do that only because it's so expensive. And we were postulating that money's no object. The other one for me that I really want to try, but it's so expensive I haven't tried it, is the omakase at the top of Fontainebleau.
Mm-hmm. And that was going to be mine, yeah.
Oh, it's Ito is the name of the restaurant there. And so that would be, if I was going to go something I haven't tried before, it would be Ito's omakase. If I was going to go I have tried it before, it would be A by Jose Andres. And then for the late night snack, I mean, I am very partial to getting just like a bag of peanut butter or chocolate covered pretzels at the gift shop. Like, I don't know if because just being able to like eat in your room while you wind down is nice. Like, yeah, I could go for like the fresh beignets at the Henry. Those are better than a bag of pretzels. I don't think that's super controversial, but you want to eat them while they're hot. And so you kind of want to eat them in the restaurant. And it's not the same late night snack feel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Secret pizza, if I want something more substantive, if I'm not looking for like a sugary dessert snack, secret pizza is also a great late night offering.
Sure.
Have I given you guys enough time to think about it? Yeah. Well, I was vamping.
This is like our one good thing.
If you saw Adam's and James' faces when I was reading this question, they both just like threw their heads back and got wide-eyed while they were trying to like think about how to answer this. So I put in some extra time, and that was on their behalf, not just because I love to yap. Go.
Well, we know how much of a foodie I am, so you may as well ask me what my favorite 4 concerts are going to be in Vegas.
Sparrow.
No, I'm not a big breakfast/brunch person, so I'm going to go off a little bit and say lunch, dinner, and late night snack. So maybe early lunch, early dinner, late night snack.
We'll allow it.
I will go with things that I know that I like and that I've really enjoyed. And I'll start at I'll start at Red 8 at Wynn for a lunch. Every meal I've had there has been just amazing. And then for dinner, I'm going to stick with Wynn. And I'm going to go back to Pisces, which I've only been to once, and had a fantastic meal and cocktails there. So I would just stay, and in between, I would just sit in the high limit bar. And then late night snack, I would go over probably to Donut Teak if I need to stay nearby, or like down to Pink Box and get like 1,000-calorie Oreo based cookies and cream donut to just have in the room and pass the fuck out.
If I wasn't doing the obvious Bouchon for brunch, I think taking Pink Box donuts down to the Ferguson's Motel and getting my iced tea from Mothership Coffee while eating Pink Box, that would be like another ideal Vegas brunch for me. I love doing that in the morning.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah. Do you have time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm not really a brunch person. Like, I think I would just cheat and say Wynn because I don't know if there's another like strictly brunch place that beats it.
Wynn what? Like Tableau, Terrace Point.
Sorry, the Wynn Buffet. I would do the Wynn Buffet is what I would do.
Never mind. I actually just assumed you meant Tableau for sure. But
no, I mean, Tableau would be up there. Tableau I have done and I really liked it, but I think the Wynn Buffet is actually probably a pretty good value for breakfast at like $60. That's not bad at all for what you get. In terms of what's realistic in what I would have, I'd say probably if I'm solo, I really like going to Sadel's at Bellagio, just sitting at the bar and eating. It's just kind of chill. You're by the conservatory. Their breakfast food is great. So that's what I would do. Dinner, the omakase place at Fontainebleau's on the list. I think I might convince my wife to do that in October, and I don't think it's going to take much convincing. So that's on the list. It used to be Picasso, but that's obviously not there anymore. So I think probably Carbone Riviera might be the one that I say, yeah, I want to go back to that. I liked it quite a bit. Not as much as Picasso, and maybe not even as much as like going to a steakhouse, but I think that's kind of that's cheating for this kind of question, I think. So I would do that.
I don't think having your Vegas dinner be a steakhouse is cheating or out of the question. I mean, it's a very quintessential Vegas meal, even if it's not like a very foodie meal, and Vegas has like more interesting things to offer. But there's a reason every Vegas casino has a steakhouse, right?
Yeah, but no one wants to hear me say Bavette's again. It's like you're Bouchon, so it's like we got to do something else. But it probably would be Bavette's. For late night snack, probably not one people would expect.
Cheetos and chocolate milk?
I mean, that's up there.
That's the one people expect.
It will happen. But actually, Citizens at Mandalay Bay is probably one of my favorites. And I haven't been to the South Strip in a long time and stayed because they have like milkshakes that you can grab and go. So having like Citizens?
Yeah, I've not heard of it.
It's just like a fast casual dining place. Their hours are somewhat limited, but like I think they traditionally close at like 9 or 10, but you can do takeout past that. So getting like a BLT and like a chocolate shake to go like up to the room, like, yeah, that'll kind of hit the spot if it's really late. It's been a while since dinner. So I'm going to say Citizens because I don't think people have heard of it much.
We haven't heard of it, certainly.
Yeah. Nope. Maybe this next trip will get it.
You should.
All right. Well, thank you, Jessica.
Yeah, great questions. Ophir Kleins asks, I've been going to Vegas twice a year for 8 to 10 days, coming from a faraway place over the last 10 years. For the last 2 years, I've asked my wife if she wants to join me, and she never has. It's good that you keep asking, though. You got to keep doing it. Last month, though, I asked her again regarding my upcoming trip in September, and I was surprised and not mentally ready to hear her say yes. She's not a gambler, and we have 6 days over there. You can imagine I already did all the tourist stuff like the Sphere, Cirque, magic shows, and more, but I don't mind doing some of it again. By the way, she just celebrated her 50th birthday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah. Do you have any good recommendations, good being the operative word there, for this kind of trip? I have a nice hotel already, and I'm double booked as much as you like so much, James. But what's next? I'd love to hear your input on the next show. That being this show.
Well, we'll answer on the next show.
Well, I think based off the conversation we just had, thanks to Jessica, it's finding some of these really great food spots that you're both going to enjoy. Not just to like take up time, but like you might as well. And that to me is what's going to get her to maybe want to go back if that is what you want. I'm not, I obviously can't read tone via the email that you sent, but when I want to get Katie back out, it's like, yeah, finding these really nice dining spots that I haven't been to, she hasn't been to. And that's probably my best advice.
I was going to say definitely go for some more Vegas-y stuff. Like I'm sure if you said you've already done the touristy stuff, it might include this, but like the Neon Museum and the Mob Museum, I think are both really cool. Mm-hmm. If you're going in September, it'll still be pretty hot. So maybe go for like kind of the nighttime show at the Neon Museum where they do kind of the light show or something like that. I think kind of getting people in on Vegas is showing them that like, hey, this city has a rich history to it. And it's not just about the here and now. It's also about how we got to this like weird magical city in the desert kind of place that we have. And so I think trying to find some of that stuff is cool too.
Yeah, if she drinks, like the speakeasy at the Mob Museum would be cool. I think we've talked about doing like your own self-guided speakeasy tour. And like, I think that's something that at least my wife likes of like, we're just traveling around trying different things, right? It's kind of similarly themed, but it's like, hey, let's go to this cool bar over here. Now we're going to go to this bar over here and just kind of seeing different sites and not putting a ton of pressure on it.
Yeah, the first time I got Quick Quads Josh to come join me in Vegas, one of the things I did was like try to take him on a tour of some of the more unique casino bars that were out there. So we did that kind of, I say short-lived only because the Mirage closed, but they had very recently redone their like rum bar right outside their main entrance. They had recently like remodeled the entire interior of that, and it was like a really cool space. And so I took him to that. I took him to like the Dorsey at the Venetian, which has all now also been renovated since, but stuff like that. And so, yeah, setting up some sort of like as Adam said, self-guided tour where you have an itinerary that you try to stick to, I think is also a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And then going off of Jack's comment of showing that there's other things, maybe even going down to Arts District and walking around. Yeah, I also went on the high roller last time, which is a touristy thing, but that was kind of cool. Just like different views. And you could either do that or, obviously Strat or even Eiffel Tower experience, like doing some other touristy things that maybe you have or haven't done before. But again, just showing that it's not just casinos and not just gambling.
Yeah, like to Jack's point, like the different bars and stuff, like all the bars with a view. If you want to hop around, like do one bar with a view every night or something like that. You got Skyfall at what the W is what it's called now. Yep. You've got the one at Waldorf. I forgot what it's called now at Waldorf.
Yep, Sky Bar at Waldorf.
Yeah, they're all Sky something at this point.
I didn't mention this on the trip report. I forgot about it, but we went to Legacy Club at the top of Circa, which was really nice. So yeah, I like that.
And then seeing how many Vegas influencers you can come across as well,
Yeah, for sure.
Offering, seeing if we're handies, you'd say, are you the handy guy? Are you the handy guy? Just ask that as you're walking up and down the strip.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Thank you. Next, we got one from Graham Vegas Wish.
Great last name.
Great last name. Longtime Vegas visitor from the UK here, loving the pod and currently catching up on all the shows. Well, thank you. Whilst I enjoy all types of video poker, and especially Ultimate X, my favorite game is Ultimate X Spin Poker, which unfortunately I have not seen on the strip since Cosmo removed a specific machine from outside of their high limit room. I still get my fix when visiting Red Rock and Durango. And my question is, should my strategy be the same for Ultimate X Spin Poker as Ultimate X, or do I need to be adjusting it? I will start by saying, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played Ultimate X Spin Poker. It sounds extremely fun, and I want to. But I don't know, Jack, have you looked into this at all? Like, do you know the strategy differences, if there are any?
So I haven't looked into this, but when I read the question, I was pretty certain there are no strategy differences compared to regular Ultimate X. And the reason is because I know that there's no strategy differences for spin poker compared to regular poker or multi-line poker. Mm-hmm. And so for the same reason that you don't play differently at 1 line versus 3 line, and you don't play differently at 3 line versus like a 9 line spin poker game, then I can't imagine any reasons that this would play differently. And just to talk to our audience a bit about what we're talking about here. So spin poker, which I kind of talked about on my last trip report as being something I played. It's where there's, 15 slots for cards, and there are 9 lines drawn through them, much like a slot machine that would have video reels of 3 rows and 5 columns. You play video poker on that, and when you hold cards, they appear in the entire column in which they're held, but then all the other cards show up randomly. And the one thing that makes it kind of different from regular 3-line video poker is, like, let's say I have the ace of clubs and the ace of diamonds that I've held. I could get the ace of spades on any of the 3 lines, or even multiple lines. It could come up on each of the independent decks that are being drawn there. Spin poker, it's all dealt from one deck. You're never going to see the same card appear in multiple spots unless it's one of the ones that you held from the get-go. But given that I've learned that that doesn't change the strategy at all, and it doesn't change the expected value at all, I can't imagine adding Ultimate X into the mix changes the strategy from a basic Ultimate X game. So that's kind of a long-winded answer to just say no, just play regular Ultimate X strategy. But it does, to James's point, it seems like a fun game. I think the hardest part is when you get the multipliers, being able to understand which line they apply to, because they have to appear in like one of 9 places to show you which line it is. But it's like, oh, does it being up here mean it's on like the S shape, or does it mean it's kind of on the heartbeat shape, or is it on the V? Yeah. Or like, because it's not as clear. There's not a 1-to-1 mapping between like places you could put the little multiplier indicator and lines that it would actually apply to. And so I think that's kind of the hard part, is knowing like, oh yeah, do I have the big multiplier on the V or the S shaped line or stuff like that, right?
I do like hearing from video poker players who are into it, who have like their machine and they know where it's at and they go to it. It's like, oh shit, this moved. Well,
Cosmo did have these weird Ultimate X variants outside their high limit room for the longest time, like right near Cleek. Like they had that Ultimate X Gold edition for a while, which was like one of the stranger and like least appealing games I had seen, and it stayed there forever. So yeah, I'm not happy that they took away Graham's favorite game here, but it is kind of weird when you see games that you don't understand just stick around for a really long time. All right, thank you, Graham. Next up, again, the pandering James Adams.
Love it. We love him. We love him here.
Love it. The best two names, if you will.
He's got 3 questions here for us, and they're all
for
about
Jack.
Video poker.
James Adams writing to Jack.
Yeah, well, that's only fair. The first one says, Jack seems to indicate his preference for double bonus over double bonus. And then James went on to kind of show some example pay tables in which, maybe double bonus is ever so slightly better than the more popular double bonus. And he just asks, why do I lean towards double bonus? And I think the answer does come down to some extent that in general at the same game, if on a particular machine, you are likely to find a slightly better double bonus than you are what you find at double. Like the pay table is just likely to be a hair better. But that's not why I gravitated towards it. The reason I gravitated towards it is I started most of my video poker play as a bonus deluxe player because that was one of the better games you could get at quarters at the Chandelier Bar. And still is. You can still find 8-5 bonus deluxe super times pay there for those that are interested. But I really like bonus deluxe. I like that it pays extra on all the quads, and I don't really care about like the special aces or aces with a kicker or stuff with a kicker. And so the double had never really struck me. It turns out that at most bars, the opposite of what I said about double bonus is true, whereas bonus deluxe ends up being one of the poorer games at Ultimate X at most bars. I've never seen a bar where the bonus deluxe isn't one of the worst games on the machine. And so as a result, I just went for double bonus because it's the closest to bonus deluxe. That's really the answer. And that's that. Number 2 from James. I never hear any love for super triple play. And then he puts in parentheses, blue box quads. And I just want to say that is amazing. I have never heard anyone so succinctly just call the game blue box quads. Like if you went on the Better Life a year ago, you probably heard Tim Lawson struggle through like 30 words of trying to explain what game he likes to play at the bar tops at his local MGM property. And blue box quads is just such a perfect way to put it. Everyone knows exactly what you're talking about.
So great.
I love it. And then he goes on to explain what that means, which is good for our audience. He says, for 1 coin extra per line, all the 4 of a kinds pay at least double their value as they would on a 5-coin game. So you're paying 6 credits a line, ostensibly to win only 5 on most hands. You'll win 5 on a jacks or better, or perhaps 10 on a 2-pair, etc. So you're paying 18 coins a spin at a 3-line game instead of 30 like you might on Ultimate X. And he says, are those games not available at the bar tops? And I would say a lot of games are not available at bar tops, but this is one that very consistently is. If you can find all the gimmicky games like we like to play, Ultimate X, Super Time Space, Spin Poker, that kind of stuff, this super triple play is going to be on there. Like it's just, you just see it a lot. Why no love for it? I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer that. It's not quite gimmicky enough. It just doesn't grab me the way these multiplier games do.
I have played it a few times, and I hit 1 hand pay on it in the high limit room at Caesars Atlantic City. And I have every now and then, if I'm getting crushed on Ultimate X or something else, I may move over to blue box quads, which is all I'm calling it from now on. But really the reason why I want to play Ultimate X is that $5,600 hand pay that I just got possibility, right? Like you have this shot at really, really, 5-figure wins where most of these other games you're not, right? Unless you're going to get like dealt quads. So with the same level of return to player or house edge, however you want to say it, having those possibilities of the huge payouts, I think. And one thing Jack has said before, it's the slot machine of video poker. No, you haven't said that?
No, I have said that.
Oh, why'd you shake your head?
Never mind. I always said it's the video poker game that pays like a slot. And when you said video poker is the slot machine, I was like, that's not true. And then you were like, of video poker. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. So,
well, you can leave it in or take it out.
Leave it in.
For me, I only have so much room in my head for so many video poker games, and it's like 3 at this point. And so I just can't fit it in yet. But I like the name so much. I mean, I know what it is, and I have a general understanding of the play differences. I'll probably add it in mainly because of the great nickname, just so I can say I've been playing it.
Last one. It seems like you, referring to the 3 of us, hopefully, desire the better pay tables, unless it means playing on the casino floor versus playing at the bar. Is this true or not true? I think he's pegged us exactly.
Universally true.
It is so... I mean, James is hitting $2,000 royals, so I don't know about him, but I do not find it super fun to be playing outside of a bar top environment. It has to be early in the morning, and I have like a podcast in, and I'm just kind of like doing the casino equivalent of playing like a mobile game on my phone while I listen to a pod or something like that.
I mean, could you imagine just sitting on the Cosmo Casino floor playing Ultimate X spin poker, like just some big dork by your I just for all the obvious reasons. The faster drink service, generally, just the vibes. It's just I'm willing to take that haircut off the pay table to just enjoy the casino a bit more. Well, thank you, James Adams, for your questions. Gentlemen,
highly suspect name still.
Yes. I have a trip coming up in what seems like forever. It hasn't actually been that long, but it's actually going to be a shorter one for me, too. It's only going to be 3 nights when I've kind of anchored myself to 4 nights. But I'll be going out to see AC/DC on Saturday night. And after watching the Coin Show vlog with their concert experience and getting from Allegiant after a concert to, I think were they at Wynn or Encore or something like that?
Yeah.
And it took them hours to get there. I'm so thankful that I decided to stay at Mandalay Bay for this trip so we can just kind of walk back from the concert. Beyond that, I don't really have any big plans. I'm just going to be going with my stepdad and my brother. My brother and I play a poker tournament at Mandalay Bay. They don't really have a poker room. They have like some folding tables, set up on the side of the casino, and they run like a $60 daily tournament. I'm like, well, if we got time to kill, why not? But one thing I do want to know from people is like, what are the best spots for video poker South Strip? We've talked about it here and there, but like, I don't even know where to go. It's been so long since I've spent any amount of time down there. That used to be my spot.
The one thing that we learned, mostly because James was the one being diligent about kind of checking the MGM bar top conditions on our morning walk, is that New York seems to have more Cosmo-like setups on their bar tops compared to almost every other MGM bar we went by, meaning they have Ultimate X bonus poker, whereas the other ones do not. Okay. And that already puts them, as we know, like a full percentage point or more ahead of some of the other games you could play there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Depending on how far south you want to go from.
Oh, yeah, what we consider south.
New York is about as far north as you could consider south. But if you don't consider New York to be South Strip, then you're literally only talking about 3 casinos. So I think you have to include it, right?
That connected trifecta of Excalibur, Luxor, and Mandalay Bay are like video poker deserts in terms of getting anything quality, which is
other than that new bar at Excalibur, which it's commensurate with the other MGM bars, right? So
except for it doesn't have Ultimate X bonus poker. It does have 3-line bonus poker and single-line bonus poker, but I'm pretty sure just 6-5. Maybe you can get 7-5 at dollars. I don't remember.
And then also think about maybe going downtown. This is a bit of a different trip. But, my brother and stepdad are not, they're not going to Vegas a ton, so they don't have any allegiance anywhere, which is actually kind of exciting. So it's, hey, where do we want to go and try out? I know I'll be able to get a bunch of MGM points by just putting everything on my card because they don't care, when we're staying on property. But it'll be fun to, maybe go out to Durango or something like that and check out a few new places.
I still need to get out there, so I'd welcome another report from there. Do you have any dinner reservations lined up? Anything like that?
No, we have nothing. Everything's out in the open. The one thing I'll say is probably won't do dinner on Saturday anywhere at a casino because we have the add-on for the concert, which is the Champions Club, which is another Coin Show vlog shout out because they did the same thing.
Oh, nice.
Where it's basically it includes it's all inclusive food and drinks with your
ticket. The food didn't look half bad on that Coin Show video, so that's good.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like having this kind of very much open-ended trip. I have one thing planned, and that's for a couple hours, in the middle of the trip, and so that the rest of it's kind of wide open. So, which probably means I'm just going to be doing all the normal crap that I always do, but it's good to have the possibilities. Anyway, we had kind of alluded to merch earlier. Jack, can you explain the merch situation for us?
I mean, the thing you need to know here is that we're giving you an opportunity to give us money, but you actually get something out of it, which is a rarity for us.
And if you get 3 of your friends to do it,
exactly,
you can see how this starts to work out for everybody.
So, because of course you could go to Patreon and give us money and get nothing in return, or
this is strictly better. The information is going to be in the show notes. So if you want to just fast forward through what I'm saying here and just look at like the post where it explains that, or read the post I put on Patreon or what have you, you could do that. But we have 2 different shirts with our logo on it. We're going to have white on purple, which is the way our logo normally looks. But then we're also going to want a nice lighter white shirt with purple text on it that you can wear in the hot Vegas heat without it.
Jack, you just said the same thing twice.
I said we have white on purple, or we have a white shirt with purple text on it, which are different.
Yeah.
I can see why you could think they're. I can see that, but we have white on purple and purple on white. Yeah.
It's our second fight.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, I did make sure to get that right because it is confusing, but I did it in a confusing way while getting it right.
God damn it.
Well, we're not leaving that in. Leave it in.
No.
Basically, we're putting out pre-orders for this. Pre-orders will close on Sunday night. So if you're an early listener to this, you have the whole week to get your pre-order in, but you should do it right away. And if you're not an early listener, well, you should just do it right away. I mean, what are you waiting for? We need you to go online and pre-order these shirts. Tim Lawson is sticking his neck out by putting all this together basically just on our behalf and giving this to the printers and getting them to refine the design and taking the pre-orders and stocking the inventory. All the stuff that he's doing, we need to show him that we are worth it and that our listeners actually want some bullshit. And so you need to go buy stuff from him. Like, I cannot stress how imperative it is that you send $25 to Tim Lawson. In fact, you can go to the link in the show notes and buy it directly from his store at bettermerch.com. Or you can do this like weird secret back channel, just message him on Venmo while sending him the money, and you get free shipping if you do it the weird back channel way. So I don't know why, I don't know which middleman he's cutting out by doing that. But I sent him money directly on Venmo and asked for the shirts, and that seems like a much shadier and cooler way to do it.
Are we losing commissions on that? Something's happening here.
Yeah, it's probably not good for us, but again, it's not about what's good for us. It's about what's good for our old buddy Tim Lawson over at bettermerch.com, who is hooking us up with some cool shirts. And so if you want one that says Handy at the Shandy on it, and you want to have to explain to people what that means, then you have to go buy one.
I've already gotten texts from people that have had like their wives see them looking at the shirt and are like, what is that?
Perfect.
You too could confuse your wife by going over to bettermerch.com/product/preorder Handy at the Shandy logo tee. That's actually mostly right. Anyways, I think that's, I simply cannot plug this any longer. Go buy a shirt or two. Adam, get us out of here.
It's been plugged for too long.
I'm going to get us out of here. On a similar note, I will tell you that, when you guys are texting me, like throughout your trips or with general updates, or we're talking about the show, obviously the text thread is called Handy. And my wife completely forgot that was the name of our show or related to it. She's like, what is Handy? And I'm like, I don't even, do I have to explain it again?
It's for DIY enthusiasts.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's my Home Depot thread, okay? But anyway, so I hope you enjoy the shirts. I hope you wear them with pride. And we thank you for the great feedback, the listener questions. If you could leave us a review, that is free to do on iTunes or wherever you're listening to this.
But you don't get anything out of it.
No, you don't. You get nothing out of it. So that's been episode 28, part 2. Thank you all so much for listening. I'm Adam the Fraud, joined by Boring Jack and Table James Games. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Buy our merch.